Hey, what's up guys? Love Tofu again, bringing you guys another guide. This one I'm playing Udyr again, but it's not gonna be a Udyr guide. That's gonna be coming up soon. But this one's gonna be more about counter jungling. I thought this was a good example for counter jungling. I was against a Fiddle, and then I knew what Fiddle was gonna go after first. And Fiddle and Maokai, Skardner really rely on the blue. So you can see that our team is going to go after the blue now. So yeah. And then for the people that watch the rank game, the ranked for dummies, I did brought out my Elio right now. Currently, when I'm making this video, my Elio is at like 1220. So I brought it up, and I'm probably gonna, hopefully I'll bring it up more. But yeah, they kind of knew that I was here ahead of time. That was kind of bad. Usually you want to like get here at like 150-ish. You know, and it so we pick up the first. Usually, like if you get here really early, then you should go ahead and take like our blue. But then they could do that, but it's also risky, you know. But yeah, if you do get counter jungle like this, you want to go ahead and take their blue. Oh, excuse me. You want to go ahead and take their blue, and that'll probably be the best way to fix it. But then I think Fiddle doesn't get my blue, so yeah, and that way I really got to slow down Fiddle by a good bit. So yeah, I'm gonna take the blue. Usually you want to take the blue. Not if you're a jungler that doesn't rely on blue. If you're like Lee or something, one of those champions, then if you don't need the blue, you could give it to mid. But for me, I would need it just in case, because he could have taken my blue, and then that would kind of cripple me in a way, because I'm Udyr. I kind of need the blue, my first blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my blue to Veigar. So yeah. So I mean, this is a really good start. We go ahead and we got first blood, and Fiddle can't get, and then yeah, Kennen just wasted. But Fiddle can't get a really good start, and then I also give my blue to Veigar. So yeah, mid is most likely gonna have a really good laning phase. And then after this, you want to go ahead and take their blue again. But usually the second time around, or second or third time around, they're gonna catch on to what you're doing. So you have to be careful and make sure that that you're with like a teammate when you're doing this. I just went ahead and took the red, because I thought he would probably steal my red. This is what I do. I kind of I'm very like cautious, and then I don't want my buffs to get stolen. So yeah, I just usually take my my buffs right away instead of even finishing this raid. But yeah, it kind of slows me down, but it's okay. So yeah, Veigar's doing okay, kind of, yeah. But... And then another important thing, let's see. Counter jungling. You want to constantly counter jungle. It really cripples them. You really have to know the champs. if you don't know where they start, then you shouldn't really try. I mean, here I kind of go in for like the early gank before I'm 4, but you really don't want to try since it's really risky. And you guys have to have like a decent level 1, a level 1 team, or instead of like going in early like that, like probably like wait in the brush on your side somewhere or in the river until like the 150 mark, 150, 145, and then that'll be a good time to go in. Usually the jungler will probably be with like 2 other people, you know, and then like support most likely not going to be there. I mean, either way, the jungler's either going to be with like 3 or 4 people. So you can see that that I'm 4, so Fiddle is probably like 3. There's Fiddle. So he ended up getting killed. And then because because I counter jungled him, now I have more time to gank the lane, since I don't have to worry about like him like ganking my lanes. So I mean, counter jungling is it's a really good technique, but it's only good for certain heroes. Like there's a couple of champions that's really good for counter jungling. Like Mundo's really good. So Vigor got that kill. Mundo's really good. Shyvana's also a great jungler. And then Udyr, of course. And then there's some more. I mean, Nunu used to be good, but then ever since he got nerfed, I don't think Nunu is as strong as he used to. And Nocturne's pretty fast. Nocturne could, but then his HP is kind of low. So really, you could counter jungle with anyone, but you have to know their speed. Like, say for instance, like if I'm against the Shen, then Shen's pretty slow, and then GP is like, he's kind of slow too. So, and then you'll know what to do. So right here I'm waiting for the blue, but then it's not spawning. I forgot I left a minion there. So usually if you want to counter jungle again, then you want to go ahead and clear the whole the whole camp. That way you'll be able to grab it. So yeah, those are a couple of the things. And then another good method is if they're starting at blue, and then if they get red later. So say you're at your blue, and then you know they're gonna do their route, get blue, get the wolves blue, and then they're gonna get the wraith. After the wraith, they're gonna get the red, right? So a really clever thing you can do, you can hide in this brush, and then just chill there until they finish, or while they're doing the red, and then once they get to a really low health, you can gank them, and then that way you'll get a kill, and you'll also be able to pick up that red. And that's also a really big disadvantage for them, because if they end up dying and they lose the red, that means they can't gank right away. So yeah, as a jungler, I mean, it's important to I mean, these are the roles for a jungler. You have to gank your lane for the lanes that need help, right? And then another thing is you have to prevent the jungler from ganking. Say for instance, if it's a jungler that can gank, then you need to prevent him from ganking your lanes. Usually you can tell, like, if they're really pushed like this, then usually someone's gonna come over here and gank it. Then if you have the time, you can go over there and like counter gank them. And then also, another way to prevent them from ganking is also taking, like, invading their jungle and taking out their jungler. So I think those are probably the 3 main things that you would have to know as a jungler. And also that too, and if you're trying to counter jungle, you have to have the right runes. If your speed and clearing out the camp is slow, then you're not going to be able to counter jungle like effectively. So yeah, like Shen, I think he his internet got disconnected.
Unstoppable.
But oh, and then also another thing, like for my other game, for the Rank for Dummies, people are saying that that I really didn't save my teammates. That's true. I usually, I mean, I was more of a team player, but then in this ELO, like, I try not to save them because I could end up dying as well, and then that would end up in having 2 deaths for our team. So I mean, I guess this ELO kind of changed my playstyle. But then if I am playing with like my teammate, I mean, I do try to save them when I can, but then I'm just playing it really safe. That's what it is. And then I guess helping them out, if I could save them, then that could actually end up, you know, doing us a favor. But yeah. So this Vigor ends up dying. Alright, I mean, the Vigor kills the Fiddle. They can't get the Singe, yeah. But yeah, you see, like, I'm level 7 and then Fiddle's level 5. So it really helped out. It's already 11 minutes and he's not 6 yet. So, I mean, they have some strong laners. But then, also, if you're counter jungling, it's really important to let, like, middle or top know. Because if they're aware of this, then if you're in trouble, they can come and rescue you or go pick up a kill even if you die. But if they're not aware of this, then you're just gonna end up like giving them a buff or you're gonna die. And yeah, I mean, it is worth getting the buff, but if you get the buff and end up dying it and giving it to someone else, I mean, to their teammate, then it's really not that effective. Honestly, it could have been better. Instead, if they are gonna kill you, then just try to run away if you can. If you can run away, just give up on the buff, give up on stealing their buff, and just run away. That's probably the best thing to do. Really, I mean, it's not worth it. Because even if you do take the buff, they're probably gonna just take it back. So, I mean, there's not really much to talk about counter jungling. In like a recent game, like this other Udyr, I was Warwick, and then this other Udyr, I guess he finished his blue, and then he came over, took out the Wraiths, he left the small one, and then he just completely finished the red, and then he took one of the big golem. And that was probably the most efficient counter juggling I've seen. It's I mean, it's risky, but yeah, it is risky because if you do get caught, then either bottom or mid could come in and they could go ahead and pick up that kill, and then, you know, they'll get that double buff. They'll get the blue and the red. So I say counter jungling is important, but you have to be very, very safe and try not to die. Really, that's the important thing. And if they keep catching you, then obviously they have a ward, and you shouldn't counter jungle them anymore. I say, seriously, counter jungling is really, it's not really the best technique for like amateur junglers. I would say it's probably for someone that's more experienced in the jungle, someone that has like a lot more knowledge about the jungler's speed and your own speed. I mean, if you have like a full attack speed rune page for like Udyr, then you could probably, yeah, you could probably clear the camp quick enough, so that wouldn't be a problem. So you can see that this is the third blue that I end up taking. So yeah, Fiddle's not doing a good job, nor his teammates, and keeping track of their blue. So that's why I wanted to show you guys this game. And then you can tell how like my team is just totally dominating. Corki has 5 kills, Shen has 3, Vigor has 6, and I have 6 assists, and Sona has 6 assists. And then Singe has 1 kill, so, you know, I mean, yeah, Singe died to Shen. Like, yeah, Shen died to Singe. But then that was it. And that wasn't even with the gank. He just died. Or, oh, never mind. Maybe it was with the gank. So, yeah, it was with the gank, with Fiddle. So, yeah, you know, Fiddle got 1 gank in and got a kill. But then, I mean, come on. That was just 1 out of, like, who knows how many more Fiddle could have gotten it. Like, if I didn't counter jungle him. So, and then ever since, like, the change to the jungle, junglers level a lot slower than they used to. Cause, like, I used to be, like, the same level as a top laner, but then it's not like that anymore. So I say really crippling them in the jungle is a lot more effective than it used to be when you counter jungle. Because it's going to take them even longer to be level 6. So yeah, it was good. And now we have both. And Fiddle right now, he has a Negatron cloak with the Dorn's ring. I mean, really, he's level 7, and that's all he has right now. So I really did screw him over. And his CS right now is 31 and mine is 61. I wasn't really farming that much this game, but so yeah, probably gonna show you guys the rest of this game and how it goes. It's kind of boring, but yeah, guys. I mean, I know my Elio's low, and I'm probably not the best player in the game. I know I'm not, but you know, I try. And then I try to give you guys tips and pointers. I say just because you're in a low Elio doesn't mean you don't know what you're talking about. Because I do watch streams for professional play, but then that's a lot different from like our Elio. And actually just playing in ranked general, solo queue or dual queue. So, but honestly, I mean, I've kind of picked up a lot of things, read a lot of guides, so I kind of know what I'm talking about, I want to say. And seriously, I'm not just gonna go ahead and make guides just to, you know, just so I can have like views and stuff. I'm actually making a guide. I want to make a quality guide for viewers, so like it could actually be helpful to you guys. Because it's kind of rewarding when you guys say it was helpful, thanks for the video, you know? So it's rewarding at the end. And it kind of encouraged me to like continue making videos. But then I don't have, I usually don't get a lot of games. A lot of good games that I can record. But lately I've been playing a lot of Udyr. I mean, you can check out my match history. That's all I play. It's either him or I play support, or I do like top Udyr. I guess Udyr is probably my main now, I don't know if there's any other jungler that's better than him. I mean, right now I'm thinking about buying a new jungler. So far, I got Lee. I bought Lee recently, and then I noticed that he's a hard jungler to play with, and he is good, but then he doesn't really have a CC that can be spammed. I mean, he has the ulti, but you can only do that once in a while. So that was one bad thing. So I'm not really sure. I mean, but I do want to get better with Lee. But I've been thinking about Nocturne. But, you know, Nocturne, his ganks are, you know, they're countered pretty easily by Flash. If they have Flash, then they're gonna get out of your freaking fear. I mean, before you fear them. And then if they don't get feared, then, you know, you're not going to be able to catch up to them. But then again, if they're really close to dying, I guess Nocturne is pretty strong. I've noticed that Maokai is pretty strong too, and Mundo's also a really good jungler. So yeah, I guess it'll be nice to think what you guys think. Tell me a couple of junglers that you guys think are really good right now, currently. And then Hecarim actually came out as well, so you know, I would actually want to see some people you know, shout out for Hecarim. So yeah, so give me the name of the jungler and why you guys think he's good. You know, that way it'll be more interesting. And just go ahead and put that in the comment below. But yeah, thanks for watching this guide, guys, and hopefully that was helpful. Thanks.